What's going on, guys? Awesome Pomage here, and that's it. Today I'm making my announcement that I have officially left Optic Gaming as a content creator and just as an OG, I guess. And I just need to, I don't know how long this video is gonna be. It could be short, it could be long, doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna express my thoughts. I'm gonna share, you know, what kind of happened, you know, where I'm at, where my headspace is at, how things have changed. And I just need to point this across right here, right now. This is not a sad video. This is not like a shots video. This is not like blast Optic. This is not any of that. If you make it that, then you are such a person that takes things out of context and you just can't see like the true meaning of the video, you know? I like to think I keep you guys really updated in my life, and you know, I can honestly say that, you know, there's been a hiatus on my channel, and that goes, you know, there's reason for that. And you guys can kind of see, like, I used to upload every single day, and then I kind of just like slowed down because this life right here, the YouTube life, is a fast life. Things happen fast. Time goes by fast, and you know, that goes for, I know every YouTuber out there can relate to that, you know? And it's the world's hardest job, but it's the world's best job. And if you don't believe me that's the world's hardest job, then I fully invite you, that person who thinks it's not that hard, to go ahead and try your best and go for it. I'm absolutely so thankful for everyone in Optic Gaming, you know, and Hector, Embos, Flamesword, Seth, Ian, Big T, Maniac, Hitch, Create, Lethal, you know, the old Halo Pro team before they got dropped. That shouldn't have happened. But anyone who entered that Scuff House and anyone who was in there, I need to thank you, man. Like, you guys made that house like what it is. You know, we did some crazy things in that house, and if you told me that when we moved in, I wouldn't believe you. Honestly, obviously you guys know I didn't really go to school, so that was my kind of college experience. That was that experience for me, and that was a dream absolute come true. Let's get into this. After the Scuff House, things sort of changed between, I guess, everyone, and it's not like there's no beef. All right, let's get this point across here. There's no beef, like, really with anyone. It just doesn't exist. You know, we fight sometimes, you know, but it's not. We don't hate each other or anything like that. I need to make that across here. But I think everyone in the green wall and everyone kind of looking at Optic outside looking in can agree that there was a definite vibe change as soon as we moved out of the Scuff House. And I felt that too, and I knew that was gonna happen. You know why? Because it wasn't mandatory to see each other every single day. We didn't live in the same household. We didn't do that. And I knew that was gonna happen, and were we prepared? Probably not. It was a new experience for everyone, and we were just kind of coping with just, this is how life is now. We all kind of live separately. And that's just how things kind of went at the start. There was a lot of promises, not from anyone from the Scuff House, but from, we'll call it corporate, that just didn't happen. There was a lot of decisions that just were not making any sense whatsoever. It was like these guys had no idea they were just playing with fire, you know what I mean? They were just, the green wall is so strong that if you mess with it in the wrong way and you don't know like if you don't know them, then you're gonna mess things up. You're gonna piss a lot of people off, you know? And I think we all recognize that this year. There's a lot of great things that happened with the move and all that. There was a lot of benefits to that. You know, we saw a lot more teams. We saw League of Legends, we saw Dota, we saw just expansions like everywhere. You know, it was great expansions, you know? But that's on the esports side. As a content creator, there wasn't too much, I guess, support, and there wasn't a lot of communication, and there was a lot of very sketchy things that I felt like were happening, and it wasn't cool. Like, people toying with lives that have been here, who have done the culture, who have done all of that, and you're just making these decisions so rash because you think you know what the good idea is. You know, like you haven't been here all these years to watch us get up to this point. And it felt like the 2 years that we spent in the Optic Scuff House, great years. We had so much great content, just having an absolute blast, just being brothers, man. It felt like a lot of that kind of just got washed away within a certain like time frame, and I don't know how that's possible for them to do that. And after that, I was like, how are you guys making these decisions? Like how what's going through your heads to make you think that these are good, you know? You gotta keep the brand, you gotta keep the culture happy. You gotta remember that, because that's what this esports industry is. That's what the Green Wall is. That's what Optic is. There's so much history behind everything, and you have to keep that. And it just felt like they weren't doing that. You know, it just felt like they thought they knew what was gonna happen, and it's just like, man, it's not gonna work out the way you think it is. But you know, we didn't have much control there. But again, this isn't me like bashing everyone in the office there, honestly. Not a lot of us as content creators personally wanted to be there so much, because it just wasn't like a good environment. You know, it felt forced, in my opinion. It just didn't feel like a creative space. You know, it needed to be a creative space, and it just wasn't. It felt more like business. It felt more like that, and I get it. You know, I get it. Things go to business eventually, but when you're messing with a brand, with a culture like the Green Wall is, and Optic, especially in this space, you can't mess around with that. You can't. But we witnessed it and we watched it all happen. There was a lot of false promises, that we were told a lot of things and they just didn't happen. And it was just very it was very upsetting. And to just sit here and watch, you know, what we built over a certain amount of time kind of just not get the love and, you know, respect that it should have gotten, and just kind of watching it just kind of get taken away from us and torn down a bit, that hurt. You know, I felt like, it's like, what did we do these 2 years? What did we do this for, you know? It was kind of like a smack in the face. As time went on, you know, I had this space, Sprat, and that was a dream come true. James, I love you, man. I love you to death. I'm happy for you. I know you're in a fantastic space right now, and you're my boy forever. Like, that's just it, you know? All these years ago, we were making sniping montages, and we got to live together. We got to do all that. I'll never trade that for anything. That was a fantastic time, and I just can't wait for the future. You know what I mean? I'm really excited for not only me, for everyone in Optic, and for him, and just for people who want to, you know, just start pushing the button and making the decisions on their own, because that's what it takes, man. That's what it takes to make things work. There was a lot of family things going on at home, and that just made me, it just changed me as a person, you know. I felt lots of loss this year, and that's, you know, that's normal, but that's, it made me want to just be back home more, and it made me start questioning, you know, what is it that I want, you know. And it felt like everyone in Optic has their own thing now, you know. Everyone's going after their own thing, and that's all I could ever ask for. It felt like people were just off on their own grind, you know. The brotherhood, as soon as we moved, kind of just disappeared, I'd say. It's not dead, it's just, you know, when you move, when you live together and you don't live together, you start feeling that. And that's what it was starting to feel like, and we all started to feel like that. As soon as that started happening, I was like, okay, this is the part of life I'm on right now. Everyone is off, everyone's feeling this, you know, disconnect. Everyone's feeling like, you know, what is it, what's next? You know, we did the Scuff House, we lived together, we did that. What's next? What is it we have to do that's next? And I don't want to base my decisions off of, you know, other people anymore. I want to be the person to push the button. I want to be the person who's chasing what I want to chase, you know? And I want to be closer to family. And immediately, as soon as I was like, okay, I need to move back home, because I'm missing out on a lot of things there, and it's hard. It's hard as a person to have your heart in just many different spots, and it's not healthy. It really isn't. It's hard to have your heart in one place, but your home's in another, and then your heart's in another place. Like, it's tough, and especially when there's just events happening everywhere. You know, people are getting lied to and like just shafted in Texas, and then going back to Canada and just things changing there and just feeling all of that, you know, feeling just life, all while trying to balance like a YouTuber life. That's just it. I'm not sitting here complaining. I'm blessed because of you guys, and I know there's been a hiatus on YouTube, and I had to do that. That had to happen because I would have started to really hate this, especially this year if I sat in front of a camera and I was just depressed, if I sat in front of a camera and I just wasn't happy, if I just started playing these games that I've been playing for a very long time. I needed to take a break, you know. And that's why I played Fortnite. That's why I started playing that, because it wasn't a controller. It was something new. It looked different. It was a new game, and that actually helped me a lot because gave me something new to grind at. And I sucked at it for 3 months, and it was a good time because as soon as I got good at it, I was like, we did it, you know? That's the entire point. It felt good to kind of dominate that challenge, and it kind of just took my mind off a lot of things. As time went on, I kind of just woke up, and I knew I needed to start making my own decisions. I knew I needed to go off on my own, and I knew I needed to go kind of decide who I want to be as a person and who I want to be surrounded by. What do I want to do? What are the things around me? I want to start making my own decisions like that, and I want to just be my own man, you know. And I want to thank every single person like in the Optic Scuff House, because those guys made the house what it is. Those guys are the house, you know. They are the people that fucking showed me like such a different life, and I'll never ever forget it, you know. Nothing will ever compare to that, and it's crazy. Now, this isn't a video to throw anyone under the bus. This isn't a video or anything like that. I'd say life really happened this year, and I really just want to start. I want a new start. I want a fresh new start, and a new clean slate. So I'm going to go home, and this is a new chapter for me, and I'm very excited. You know, I've talked to everyone in Optic. You know, everyone's known this. This is no surprise like that. You know, I'm leaving. I've told everyone like one-on-one in person. I didn't want to do it over text or anything like that because I give a shit about these people, you know. We all did something together, and they have such a special spot in my heart, you know. And the Green Wall. You guys are crazy. Even though you guys drove us crazy in the Scuff House, and it's like we couldn't do anything right for you guys until a couple of times. But you know, that's the passion. That's love. That's what makes the Green Wall it makes the Green Wall a Green Wall, you know? People join Optic, and I see these pro players. I've seen pro players come and go, and they've joined from another org, and they're just like, man, this Green Wall is crazy, you know? Like the love in this org, the way this org is, it's insane. Like it changes people's lives, you know? And I'm forever grateful for the opportunity that Hector gave me. I'm forever grateful for that, and you know, I was going to like kind of get like really deep into this, but I'm on a very happy and positive part in my life right now because I've cleared my ordeals. I've cleared just everything around me, and I'm making my own decisions, and I'm the one pushing the button. I'm the one setting myself up, and where do I want to be? I want to be closer to home. It's hard to have my heart here, and it's hard to have my heart and family in Canada, and I would like to be there as well. So I've talked to everyone, and you know, they said you know, we're happy for you, and I was like, man, I'm happy. You know, I mean, I just want to see all you guys just go off and do your own thing. You know, whether that means like they leave Optic or whether that means they stay, I could give two shits. You know, it's a name in front of your name on the internet, and realistically, you don't know us until you know us in person. You know. And that's real. That's real. So this isn't a sad video. Honestly, guys, I'm very excited for the future, and I think you guys should be too. There's a lot of very exciting things that I've had, you know, kind of planned and cooking up to set myself up to be happier with where I am, and to be closer to home, and to just be happier, because I wasn't feeling like I was happy. And it's hard to be happy when your heart's in two different spots. And it's hard to think, and it's hard to have that clarity. But now, I can honestly say I'm in that space. Like I just feel really good about the future, and that's just it. I think it's just a new chapter for a lot of people. for me, for the people in Optic, for Optic, James. It's a new chapter for a lot of people, and I've told all of them, and you know, we're all just happy to be chasing what we want to chase, and you know, that's what it's all about. So I just want to thank the Green Wall. I want to thank everyone in Optic. I want to thank Hector. I just want to thank you guys for just blessing us for such a good and amazing part of life. You know, I'll never ever forget it. So enough with the sadness. You know, I don't want to have that as this video, because I'm just not sad right now. I'm not sad about it, and that should tell a lot, because I'm happy to be pushing forward. I'm happy to be going forward, and I think that explains a lot of the hiatus. I could not sit there and force myself in front of a camera if I was just sad, you know, if I was just depressed, or I just didn't want to play the game because it just felt like the same thing, and I felt like I was doing the same thing. I had to separate myself for Austin so I can just be happier, you know? So Pamaj, that guy, he's coming back. And we got some exciting things in the future. So yeah, this isn't a sad video, okay? Let's get that point across. I love you guys. I love the Green Wall. I love Optic, and I still will forever. I will always be rooting for them, no matter what. Those are my boys. And I'm excited for the new chapter. And there's gonna be lots of exciting things in the future. Can't wait.